So I'm making a guitar right now with a three-piece body. I had made this a few weeks ago along with the neck blank. So we're just going to pick up and work on it. This one's going to be pretty interesting. Welcome to Dave's World. So this one's getting a 9.5-inch fretboard radius. I was thinking this might be like the third guitar I've made with a 9.5-inch fretboard radius, but it's still a lot extra work to get that little bit more curve to it, especially on maple. Before I shave a neck, I'll pull out like two of my custom shop Fenders or Gibsons or whatever and just play them. And then I'll play some of my guitars I've made and just sort of, what can I do better? I'm still definitely honing in on that wholesome vintage vibe. And I know we could make these a lot faster, but it just doesn't quite feel right unless they're hand done. So that's what we're gonna keep doing. We're back with our favorite tool. So that's about what we want for a 9.5-inch radius. This neck is really coming to life now. It's actually the first one I've ever made out of quarter sawn maple, which is pretty cool. Drilled for the tuners, frets are in. It's really starting to actually look like a guitar neck, but there's a lot more work on this. If everything isn't perfect, I feel like unsettled, and that's unpleasant. So we're just gonna keep at it until it's really right. Before we go to the spray shop, we have to make a nut for this. So I use these slivers of bone. It's definitely my least favorite part of the process because of, like, it smells really bad. It's terrible. You can use synthetic stuff, but it also smells terrible. I break all the edges on everything to make it look as expensive as possible. I came in last night and I sealed our body and our whole neck, and I taped it off this morning. I have made the executive decision to do a matching key head since it's the most insane paint job I've ever done in my life. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my specialty tape here and I'm making a print that I cut out with a razor blade. And they're not like, I mean, they're random, but they're not totally random. What I mean by that is, like, I take a picture of like a real cow and kind of, go over piece. And it's definitely like really inspired by looking at pictures of actual cows on the internet, and of course they're all totally different. So I don't know if there's a wrong way to do this, but the tape I used is really special, and I really cut out each piece. Took a really long time, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's really exciting. We're back here at the wood shop now. I'm just wet sanding and buffing our project. It's been about a week and a half since we sprayed it, so it's nice and dry, but the black and the white is absolutely seamless. And it's only getting better now that we're sanding it up. So this is a pretty big step. It's a lot of work, so it takes quite a few hours, but it's going to be totally worth it. So now we're buffed and polished. Everything's pretty glossy on the neck, and I already did the frets. This guitar is going to get really cool guitar pickups. I have a 1952 reissue bridge pickup here, a Fender American Vintage Series 1. And the neck pickup is going to be a Bill Lawrence. A half of these rubbers to get the pickup height, so it's within the parameters of reasonable adjustment. Just yet another little quirk of making your own stuff. So this one will be number 14. We're going to call it the original Holstein. I always try and cut them out kind of funky. They're all a little different. Standard wiring, but it's a lot of fun to do these. I have these super awesome wire cutters from when I was an auto mechanic, so I use these all the time, and they work really good, and they're fun to use. So. I don't know. I don't have my Mesa Boogie today. We're just going through the little deluxe reverb Tone Master, but I have some footage from this weekend's gig, which was the debut of the original Holstein. So I'll show you that from our weekend adventure. So our Holstein special is going really, really good. I play 2 guitars when I come out here. I use my original number 3 Larry, which is that burst one that kind of looks like Larry Carlton. But our Holstein special sounds really good, especially with that Bill Lawrence pickup. Reverb for the steel and the Boogie Fillmore for the guitar. Definitely, and the mint green case kind of just tops it all off. I know it's not for everybody, but it's definitely loved by many. Everybody wants to feel the seamless paint and just see it. So, pretty unique guitar. Really a modern take on a classic, and obviously maybe the paint isn't for everybody. We're going to put it on reverb.com like the rest of them. The link's in the description. And thanks for visiting Dave's World.